Most Google Ads accounts out there are not improving because people are not testing things. So in this video, I'm going to talk about A/B testing. And if you're not sure what A/B testing, basically you have one version of an ad or a campaign, then a second version, and then you can kind of figure out what is performing the best out of it. And long term, you can make some great gains through A/B testing. But trying to figure out what you should A/B test is another thing altogether. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 things you can try when it comes to A/B testing can improve your Google Ads performance. But just before we get into it, if you want a free Google Ads audit, I offer one on my website. And if you are interested in it with no obligation, please get in contact and I will review your Google Ads account for you. But now let's get into the video. So the first thing I recommend everybody to A/B test is a landing page. A landing page is basically the page where people land to first of all when it comes to your Google Ads. So they see your offer, they click on the ad, and then they land on that page. And the main premise of the landing page, you need to take people to the best page on your website. And a lot of times people just take them straight to the home page, but try to test out putting people to a different page. For example, you might have a brand campaign where basically you are targeting people searching for your brand, and you may take them to the home page, but you might have an alternative page on the website that performs even better than this page. For example, you might take them to the offers because you've got a good offer on there. Even for people coming back to the website, you might put them into a page where it's more commercial, so they're more likely to make a decision on that page rather than just a home page where people can clearly get lost. Another thing as well you could do is product pages. For example, if you sell posters, you might have a posters category page, but if you have a product page where you can select your size, etc., it could be better to just take people to there so there's less of a journey. So definitely try out different landing pages on your website. The second thing I recommend to test out on A/B testing is the headlines or the offer. You might have set up your Google Ads ad in a certain way where it might mention some offer, have the basic headlines typed in keywords, but you might have a great offer out there that you want to test if you put as many eyes as possible on it. So within Google Ads, you can set basically what your key offers are and what headlines you want to set. So you can have one version of an ad and then just duplicate that ad, create a second version, but put the big offer as the first headline each time. Then after a month to 3 months, you can see which offer is performing the best in terms of conversion rate when it comes to your website. And if you are seeing cost conversion less on there and you're making more money through this offer, just make sure you're highlighting it all the time. And it might not even just be an offer, it could be showcasing that you have a high rating on things like Trustpilot or Google reviews. Whatever tries to get your trust up, please try and play around with these and see what performs better for you. The third thing I recommend to try out, especially if you're starting a campaign from scratch and you have a size enough budget, is the campaign bidding strategy. I've seen different campaigns where max conversions performs better. I've seen it where max clicks can perform better and also conversion value. So what I recommend, especially if you have a sizable enough budget, is to have 2 identical campaigns, but one maybe try max conversions and one try max conversion value. And whatever is performing the best after the first month, just go with that long term. And another thing you can try out as well is just max conversions and then maybe a target CPA. And then once again, whatever's performing the best, just put your money into that. But one thing when it comes to this strategy as well, if you don't see performance or you see a big performer in the first week, don't make a reaction straight away. Make sure you have enough time. So wait a month to 3 months to make sure that you have enough time to make a valid decision. The fourth thing you can try out when it comes to A/B testing is match types. You have different types of keywords when it comes to Google Ads. You first of all have exact keywords, you have phrase match and broad match. I'm not going to tell you the descriptions of each one, but they all have different things. Broad is literally what it says. It can be a lot broader in terms of the keywords it is going after. And a lot of times I actually prefer exact keywords because it's more precise. But if you have 2 various ad groups, for example, you have one ad group where it says broad keywords and then everyone that's exact keywords, set the keywords up like that and just let it run for a month or so and see what performs better. One little tip on this though, for the broad keywords, you may have to put some negative keywords in there because you might see some irrelevant search terms crop up. So make sure the broad keywords are definitely managed, but it's definitely worth a trial because you can get some good cost per clicks in there and overall cheaper conversions with a good cost conversion. But it's definitely one that you should test because sometimes you can get a lot of junk when it comes to broad keywords. And the fifth A/B test I'm going to recommend is actually one for lead generation businesses, and it is forms. And the ideal for this is kind of similar to the first one, where you have two different landing pages. One page is basically identical to the other, but the only difference is the form. One form is a bit more in depth, so it puts out different things that you might want, for example, phone number or just different details. And the other one is a lot shorter, and it only takes what information you really need to gather. And it wouldn't surprise me that a lot of people are just lazy when it comes to filling out forms. If they see a long form, sometimes they just don't bother filling it out, but it depends on business to business. Some businesses need quite a lot of context when it comes to it, and just a short form might not be enough for them to basically validate what they want. So it's definitely worth doing, and not always cost conversion is better for this, especially for lead generation. Sometimes it's just the quality of the lead. A lot of the times, if you make people give more context, they are more likely to be swayed by what you can give them, because you can give them a more valid quote or recommendation back. So definitely one to check out. A little bit harder to track because sometimes you have to check the lead quality, but definitely worth it in the long run. And that's the end of the video. That was just 5 A/B tests that you can try out. There's many more out there. I might make a second version of this once the time comes, but right now these are the top 5 that I recommend for the account. And once again, if you want a free Google Ads audit, it is something I recommend you can have, and I do it completely free, no obligation. Just go to my website in the description and you can sign up. And that's all for the video. If you liked it, like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I hope to see you in the next one.